You know, right by the lake. As you guys do know, I do tend to like a good body of water. I don't even know if that came out right, but yeah, out here by the lake. My daughter's over there on the swings. You all right, big baby? Um, yeah, relaxing day all in all. I gotta admit, you know, it's a relaxing birthday. It's a great birthday. You know, September is a month of just gratitude. You know, I have a lot to be grateful for. I don't take any of this stuff for granted. I don't take life for granted. I don't take these blessings for granted. And I'm just grateful, you know, another year on them, right? um, I think I'm at the age now, like you know, you start to feel a little bit more mature when you're at this age, right? Um, yeah, definitely not a kid anymore, you know? Definitely for sure not a kid anymore. But yeah, all in all, it's a wonderful day, a wonderful birthday. Reason to be grateful. Um, you know, so many reasons to give thanks. So many reasons to smile. Um, you know, what more can I say? Yeah, another year on them. Um, Another beautiful, beautiful year. Princess Lady says, "Hey, how you doing, Princess Lady? How are you? How are you?" Look at Lily. Come, come. Mm. You're welcome. You're welcome. You want me to move it over here? That better? Okay, cool. It's my twin. You're right. It's my twin.
What?
No, we're talking about you, Lily.
That's your twin?
No, you're my twin.
How are you? What's the laser how?
Well, she's saying, how are you? Answer. How are you?
I good.
You're good?
Mhm.
Did you have a good day?
Mhm.
You had a good day with Daddy?
Mhm.
Tell everybody how you went shopping today, but tell them how I assisted you in shopping, but you mainly did all of the work today, right?
Mhm.
Who picked up the stuff today?
Me.
Who made the shopping list today?
Me.
Who wrote it down?
Me.
And who went to go pick up the stuff?
Me.
And who was pushing the cart?
Me.
So who's the big girl?
Me.
Huh? Blessing, right? So yeah, that's my thing. Today it's just one of those things. It's really her birthday. I mean, it's my birthday, but it's her birthday, right? So even though it's my birthday, she's the one that got the stuff. Yeah, right? And you know, we hung out, we took some pictures, but all in all, it's just relaxing. You know, she ate some fruits today as well. She wanted to just get a whole bunch of snacks, and it's like, no, Lily, we're gonna get some fruits as well. And you know, she loves fruits. What are your favorite fruits?
All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Somebody say you look like John Morant. Big up to John Morant. Big up to John Morant. And thank you guys for subscribing as well as liking. It is my birthday, and I decided to do this stream on my birthday with my daughter here, hanging out. She was on the swings and she ran over to come see what you guys were saying because she's, you know, she likes when her pops is on the stream. For my birthday, my nephew gave me a drawing of a blob. Said, "That's you, auntie." Oh, you know something? You know something? That's just the kids. That's just their perspective. They're not always phenomenal artists, right? At that time, like it doesn't always, you know, you're not gonna be drawn to scale, right? But in their mind, it's beautiful, and because they're thinking of you, it's like, yeah, this is auntie. So I'm thinking of you, auntie. So I drew this picture of you. You know. So yeah, thank you so much for that happy birthday. I really appreciate that. I sincerely appreciate it. But yeah, I had the best birthday. What? How can I complain? Look who I'm with. Somebody says hello 50 Cent. I don't know where you see 50 Cent at. But big up to 50 Cent. I actually met 50 Cent a few years ago. Before you were born, Lily.
Mhm.
I met 50 Cent in what was it, 2016? I think 2016. What year were you born?
Me?
2017, right?
2017.
So I met 50 Cent in about 2016. German fellow says, I'm German. Really? I'd have never guessed it. I would have never, ever guessed it.
And somebody said I am Russian.
You're Russian? Another
Russian.
guy's Russian? Okay. Okay. Well, we're Jamaican American, right, Lily? The man, the legend. Not yet at the canyons, I see, says Shanks. Not yet at the canyons, Shanks. And you know something about the canyon as well? It's something that I'm debating whether or not I want to go or not. Because I kind of looked at the drive. It's going to be like 36 hours or 30 something hours, like crazy amount of drive from New York. And I would be doing it by myself, you know? So, do I really want to drive 2,500 miles? You think I should, Lily? You think I should drive 2,500? You think I should drive 2,500 miles? You're supposed to say no. All right, I'll think about it. Somebody say shout out to you like Chief Keef. Do you speak Russian, 50 Cent? I do not. I look like so many different people today. You're right. I look like everyone today for some reason. For some strange reason, I look like everyone today, right, Lily?
Hi. How are you?
I'm well.
I'm doing fine.
We are from New York. Right, Lily? The great 3006. Big up yourself. Thank you guys so much for joining this beautiful, beautiful lake. I'm not going to say what lake we are. I almost said it just now, but I'm not going to say exactly what we are. Somebody say John Morant looking at. Big shout out to John Morant. I suppose we have similar hair. Illuminati member says, what's up, sir? How you doing? NBA LeBron James. I get LeBron, but except I still got a full head of hair. You know, but big up to LeBron. He's a great at what it is that he does. But yeah, there are some similarities between him and I in terms of how we look a little bit, you know. Even when I shave a little bit. Subscribe for ya. Thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate that. Just this wonderful evening, I decided that I was gonna turn on the stream, even though I was spending the day with my daughter, right? But yeah, you know, as long as she's happy. Right now, she's happy. I see her swinging her feet right now. Huh, Lily? Swinging your feet right now. Yeah.
Somebody said that I don't know what that language is.
I don't know. That language is Russian, I believe, Lily.
Yeah.
That's what the great 3006 is speaking.
I know it.
Russian. Yeah, guys. But hey, take a look. This is relaxing. Today I was gonna go on a boat ride, but I ended up picking up Lily too late. Well, she ended up coming too late. It would have been too late for us to get to Manhattan in time to go on that boat ride. Fishing? Not quite. How many kids do you have? If you don't mind me asking. I only got one. Who's that one kid I got, Lily?
Me.
Huh?
Me.
Are you my only kid?
Yeah.
You sure? Yeah, only got this sweetheart, this absolute sweetheart right here. My twin. Chief Keef looking at. I don't look nothing like Chief Keef, but big up the Chief Keef though. Big up the Chief Sosa. Stephen Bloomfield, you gone? Be careful. Careful where you stepping over there, okay? Cherish this moment, Onache. Once they get older, they be doing their own things. Yeah, 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 yeah. But even then, my main thing is to get. I want her to be independent. I want her to not to have to depend on anyone for anything. That's my main focal point. Like if she's gets older and she's able to, do things for herself and go places by herself and take care of herself in every single which way, and she's self-sufficient. Like, of course, she's all, as long as I'm here, whether I'm here or I'm in the afterworld, I'm always gonna be, a part of my daughter's life, and I'm always gonna be with her. But yeah, my objective is to get her to the point where she can do things independently. And it's not just, hey, can you help me with this, or can you do this, or can you do that? I want to get her to think for herself and to do things for herself as well, So, yeah, I don't have a problem with that. When I was Lily's age, my dad had me walking, younger than Lily. When I was like 5, my dad had me walking like through the town by myself. I would never do that, but, I would never do that to Lily. But I guess, I don't know. I guess he trusted me though back in those days. I'm not gonna lie to you. Thanks, baby brother. Big up yourself. Thank you so much. Vartanov, appreciate that. That's good though, especially as girls. It's good that you have that objective. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think girls, boys, like, all in all, like, to get them to really value their own self, to get them to really know and love their self, not just from the physical perspective, but like who they are at their very being, who they are at their core. Yeah, I think that's the main objective, so that if things do happen and they're not around people, or people aren't necessarily being the kindest to them, they always have themselves to really fall back on, right? And they'll always love themselves no matter how life gets or what life throws at them. You know what I mean? And I think that's a crucial thing. It's crucial because there's a lot of, one second. There's a lot of people that are walking around that don't love themselves, and yeah, that's no good. You got it? Also, I know she's young, but instill in her, never reply to someone for anything. Never rely on someone for anything, especially a guy. You're absolutely right about that. And this steer, big up yourself. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, you're absolutely right about that. I 100% agree with you. Yeah, self-sufficient, just being self-sufficient, right? And it's cool to have people around you to help you with things, but just having the ability and the belief in yourself that you can do it. I think that kind of, I want to say it holds a lot of weight, but I'm sure there's a better term that I could use. But just having that ability to rely on yourself, even when things get tough, right? You always know, hey, listen, I'll get through this, right? Just always being able to have that voice in your head that you'll be able to do this or that, right? So I know my parenting and how I parent my kid is sort of different from how her mom, like we kind of co-parent, and I don't see my kid as much as I would like at this moment. But my way of parenting my child is to, get her to do things by herself, obviously with me monitoring or me being around her. But I want her to be independent. I teach her to have a great attitude, and just certain things certain values, certain life values that that I know will go a long way in the future. You know what I mean? So yeah, for me, that's just the main thing, Also, teaching moment, you may care for someone but don't expect that same energy from someone. You may be supportive in any form, but don't expect the same. No, you're absolutely right, Princess Lady. It's like you're writing a book right now. You're absolutely right about that. Yeah, it gets tricky at times, right? Because you can have the best interests of other people, right? And you'll be oblivious to the fact that those people don't necessarily have the same sort of perspective when it comes to you as well, right? So yeah, you could have that sort of perspective where it's like, yeah, I care about you. I want the best for you. I want this and that for you. But then at the end of the day, it's like they may not necessarily have that same sort of they may not necessarily have that same sort of perspective. You know what I mean? Big up yourself, Nate. Big up yourself, man. It's all good, brother. It's all good, man. Big up yourself, though, man. Thank you so much for hitting us up. You all right? Oh, you going high? Appreciate that, man. Big up yourself, man. And I see you doing big things over there. Can you please tell us a story about my daughter? I don't know if I want to, tell you a personal story about my kid, but I can tell you that, I can tell you that I love my daughter very much. I can tell you that she's the best thing to ever happen in my life, for sure. I could say that without any hesitation. But yeah, my daughter, she's definitely. I could tell you one thing though. Last year she got Lily, was that student of the month last year? In November, right? November 9th last year, she got student of the month. And I tell you what, I had to keep my Ray-Bans over my eyes because I could not. I just kept crying, right? I couldn't keep. It's like I was just so, and I'm not an emotional guy per se, but I just couldn't keep it in. That was the proudest moment for me, right? To see that my daughter, with the adversities that she's been through, even at such a young age, especially, the fact that both of her parents aren't together, and me, not because of, because this is what I want, but just how circumstances are, and me sort of not being there 24/7 or being there as much as I should. But again, right, some things are just out of our control, and when it's all said and done, even when I'm not there, I'm still there. And yeah, but that's my main thing. Just her getting student of the month, her developing, me helping with her development. I think those are things that are just so important to me, right? And I just want the best for her in every which way. Talking about months, how fast did this year go by? Yes, this year went by crazy. Ray says, you're a black dude crying, laugh out loud. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was crying. I ain't gonna lie, but I kept my Ray-Bans on so nobody could see. And again, I'm not an emotional dude at all, right? I'm not an emotional dude, but I was just so, I was just so overwhelmed with pride at the time. When I was like, man, there go my daughter right there. She's up there accepting this award, regardless of the things that she's been through, right? She definitely is a Harris, right, Lily? She definitely is a Harris for sure, you know what I mean? And there's great things ahead for her, So yeah, big reason why I even do this YouTube channel is so that Lily and I could have the absolute best when it comes to life. We want to get a crib out here, right? We want to get a crib out here. I think that would be the perfect place, right? And if she could like grow up in a pretty chill, pretty cool neighborhood, right, where it's like peaceful and it's not a bunch of BS happening, I think that's the main objective, right? To get her somewhere where it's peaceful, somewhere where she could have a place where she could play, yard space, all of that sort of stuff, where she could develop in that way as well. So I think those things are also important. Said, did I cheat on my wife? No, I didn't. I did not. Things just didn't work out. It doesn't have to be because you cheated why things don't work out. I'm not gonna say what happened, right? Because my daughter's standing right here. Lily, come here. Don't stand over there.
Okay.
Sit right here, right? Because Lily's standing right here, so I'm not gonna get into too much details. Yeah, but it's just one of those things. Sometimes things don't work out, but why's your hand? Oh, it's cold. I thought it was wet. Alexander says, God bless you and your daughter. Thank you so much, Alexander. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Tears of joy. It's okay to cry regardless. Yes, Nate, you're absolutely right. It is okay to cry. It's okay to let it out. It's okay. It absolutely is. We're human. We're spiritual beings having a human experience. Every single one of us. You know, and it's better for you to let it out than for you to be combustible, right? And not have any emotion at all. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ray, he cried because his daughter achieved something. Also, it's okay for a man to cry. It doesn't make him less of a man. Listen, you know what's crazy about that, princess? It makes him more stronger. It's people like you who put that notion on men. You know what's crazy about that? Like, as far as like stereotypes and those things are concerned, it doesn't really matter to me much what people think or people say, especially in that regard. Because would you catch a fish?
Yeah, we find the shell.
Oh wow, nice. Right? So it's not about what other people think. At the end of the day, what other people think is what they think. You know, you don't want to be a person that's too overly reliant on what other people think. Right? What other people think, that's their perspective. That's their problem. Right? What you think about yourself, that's what really matters. Right? You got to focus on how it is that you feel about yourself. Right? So regardless of how anyone feels about that, like, it doesn't affect, everyone's going to have their opinion. I have my opinion on things that other people do as well. We all have our opinions on things, and it's okay. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't feel any shame about it. My daughter achieved something. I could not stop crying. I was like the only parent there that was just, that I could see as far as my eyes could see. But yeah, I was just overwhelmed with joy, man, because it's like, with everything that she's been faced with, look at that. And you draw inspiration from that as well. You know what I mean? You draw inspiration from that. So big up to my big baby over there. It's hella nice out there. Looks family friendly. It is. It's very family friendly. Several people have pulled up with their families since we got here. About, I want to say, maybe 30 minutes ago. Lily's over there on the swings. There's just various different people here, and you know what I mean, just having a good time. Various different families, and this is just a nice peaceful place, man. Nice peaceful place, and it'll be I want to have a summer home in this very, very spot, and I know exactly where I want that summer home. Right across, right over there. I want that summer home right over there, right? Overlooking this lake. I want that summer home right there. Yeah. He said, shouldn't cry at Ray. I remember you a few days ago. You came on someone's live. The guy was crying because he lost his dad. You called him weak and a loser for crying. That's actually crazy. That's actually incredibly insensitive. That's incredibly insensitive. You know what I mean? God, it's okay to let it out. It does not make you any less of a man to let it out, right? It's better you let it out than for you to keep it trapped in, right? Because when you keep it trapped in, then it's gonna come out regardless. So whether it comes out through you crying, or it comes out with you punching the wall, or it comes out with you don't want it to come out in a violent way. So it's best to just let it out, release that energy, so that it doesn't have to come out in a way that's not going to yield you the best results, and it's not going to yield the best results for the people around you. So let it out. If you need to let it out, let it out. I'm not going to say sit up here and say cry every day. That was the one isolated incident. I haven't cried since, right? This is about 10 months ago, right? Didn't cry since. Handful of times before that, it is what it is. It's just one of those things. It called for that. But for someone to actually sit up here and call someone weak, right? Because he calls someone weak because their father passed away, right? Lily, be careful when you see people passing, all right? That's okay. That's okay. But yeah, Wolby, what's up, Wolby? How you doing? Thank you so much, Anna Steer. I appreciate that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Gotta relieve that pressure. Yes, you do, Nate. You're absolutely right. Definitely wish my dad took me to parks growing up, says Wolby. Yeah, man. Regardless of the stuff that our parents did or didn't do for us when we were a kid, like we know, right? So if you had that sort of thing when you were a kid and you're like, man, I wish this happened for me when I was a kid. When you become an adult, this is your chance to right the wrong, right? So we both have a role to play, right? For me, being able to, just having the ability to it's a blessing to be able to give, to be able to do something for my kid, to be able to, even the simple things like this, it's a blessing to be able to do the simplest things like this when it comes to my daughter, and just spending quality time, and her being over there on the swing, me constantly checking on her to make sure that she's okay, right? Keeping her right there in my peripheral so I know where she's at all times. Yeah, man, it's an absolute blessing. It's an absolute blessing. Yeah, princess, it's absolutely gorgeous up here. It's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Some people just pulled up, they fishing. Look at that. See that? People out here fishing. I live in Oswego. Do you know where that is? I do not know where Oswego is, but I have heard of Oswego before, though. I've heard of it, but I don't know where it is. Speaking into existence, says West Coast All-Star. Nah, you're absolutely right. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. Let me get a crib right over there. I know it's precisely where I want the crib at. And what I'm probably going to have to do, because houses here in New York, I know you guys know houses in New York are expensive. I'm not sure how much it costs in this particular county, but even if I got to buy that crib right there and then sort of like rebuild it or build on top of it, I mean, that's, that's some of the things that you guys speaking into existence, right? So eventually you'll get to that point where you have the ability to do it. It's just that simple. That's how life works. I live in Oswego. No, I don't. Yeah, I just read that one. We had strict ass parents, but I was appreciative of my mom only. Something about that? We got to learn to forgive. Like, I realized even in my father's situation and how my father was when he grew up, I realized that he didn't really come from a loving environment when it came to his mother because of the trauma that was passed down from her parents to her, right? But when it came to his father, like, my grandfather was the one that kind of showed the love and the affection and all of that. Not necessarily the affection, but the love, right? And rest in peace to Frederick Harris, my grandpa, right? But he definitely instilled some values in my father, but he didn't have the best upbringing. So I could understand from that perspective. Now that he's older and I'm older, I remember some of the hard things that I've been through, and then you gotta forgive them. You know what I mean? You gotta forgive them, because had they not got together, had my father not, I wouldn't be here, right? So, when it's all said and done, that's just what it is, right? Like, I wouldn't be here to have experience if it wasn't for him. So it's just one of those things. So yeah, I forgive him for the things that happened in the past, and we move on. Now I have the opportunity to be a great father to my kid. You know what I mean? And I won't let anything stop me from that. It in upstate. I live in Oswego. Oh, so it is in upstate. Okay. Do you guys have lakes like this? Because I may want to visit in the next couple of days. Because I do have some time off. So, all right. Anyway, guys, I think we're gonna call it a stream. I think I will be back later on once I get home, or maybe I'll after I take my daughter to her home, I'll probably go upstate and do some streaming. Come back upstate, but in a different sort of capacity and do some streaming there. But thank you guys so much for tuning in, tapping in, and liking and subscribing to the video. I'll see you guys again later. I'm gonna go hang out with my daughter for a little bit, read and you know, yeah, relax. So take care, guys. Bye bye.